Hi YouTube. So today we're going to be talking and discussing about the zodiac sign Capricorn and energy of Capricorn as well. You don't have to be a Capricorn to have Capricorn energy in your birth chart. So if there are any aspects being made to the planet Saturn in your chart, you have the energy of Capricorn. If you have any of the planets in Capricorn in your sign, in your birth chart, you also have the energy of Capricorn. So this doesn't just apply to Capricorn. So let's get started on this earthy sign of Capricorn. So I love Capricorn energy. This is one of my favorite energies because of the consistency and the perseverance of this sign. So Capricorn is ruled by Saturn, which is the planet of achievement and status and material world limitations. It rules time. It rules the highest that you can go in this natural, in this physical world that we live in. So Capricorn is an earth element, and earth is about the material success. What have you done in this material world? What is the playing field for you here? So it's usually rules over the bones, the joints, the knees, and the skeletal system. So for anyone that has energy of Capricorn in their chart or Saturn strong in their chart, there is an emphasis of your skeletal system, your bones, taking care of your joints is going to be a big part of your process of being a Capricorn or having this energy. So Capricorn rules the 10th house in the zodiac, and that's the highest part of the chart that you can go. And it usually, this energy of Capricorn usually gets better with time, because see, Saturn is limitation. It's withholding things until we're actually ready for it, until we've matured and been seasoned enough to actually deal with it. So when we think about Capricorn, this is the element, this is the sign that deals with the maturing. Tends to be a little bit it takes a longer time for you to season Capricorn than other signs. But the good thing about that sign is this element. This, if you ever had food seasoned either the night before or 3 days before, it usually tastes a whole lot better because of how long it's taken for the spices to go into the food, to go into whatever it is that the person has seasoned. So when you cook it and you actually eat it, it tastes so much better than, a rush job being done. So this is kind of like a metaphor that you can think about for Capricorns. They take a little longer to reach where they want to go. So it's basically, they're seasoned professionals, I would call Capricorns, as they get older. I would say after their Saturn return, which is by the age of 29, 30, I would say 29 to 32. This is around the time Capricorns start really moving and tasting really delicious. So this is a down-to-earth sign, Capricorn, this element in general. It has to do with the Cancer polarity. So Cancer is the foundation in the home, and Capricorn is the achievement. It's the highest part. So when we think about Capricorn, we're saying down to earth. We're bringing it back down to Cancer and the foundation of things, because Capricorn is very still. It's calm, depending on other elements you have in your chart. But the basic archetype for Capricorn is very earthy. It's very strong-willed, and it takes its time to get to where it wants to go. So rushing Capricorns or rushing Capricorn energy is not really going to suit you or anyone that's dealing with this energy very well, because they like to take their time. So that is one of the traits that you may look at. And because Capricorn is down to earth, going back down to Cancer, the foundation of the chart and the zodiac, the astrology, it really does take this time it's like a tree, taking its time to grow, taking its time to really learn things as well. So no Capricorn is the same. I want to definitely point that out. You will not find one Capricorn that is the same. So you want to look at other planets in your birth chart, if you have Capricorn energy strong, just to see, where it is, because it's going to give you more flavor. It's gonna make your seasoning a little bit more. It's gonna make your food taste a little bit different than the next Capricorn energy that's out there as well. So Saturn in your birth chart is going to help you understand what is it in this material world that you have to work on, depending on if Saturn is in a different element, or if it's in the sign of an earth element as well. It's telling you where it is in your life you need to ground and discipline yourself. And this is the area that if you work on it, you kind of get better with time. Is what I've noticed through everyone's life, that they go through this process of wherever Saturn is, this is where you go to ground yourself, to make yourself feel like you're accomplishing things in this world. So there is an understanding where you devote yourself to excelling, Capricorn. It wants to be high. It wants to feel like it's contributing. It's also being useful. It's using its energies wisely. It's not wasting its time. So this is why the energy of Capricorn is learning patience. It's learning commitment and responsibility. And this is why you find this energy to be so, I would say, devoted to achieving something, or building something, or building a family or a home, and then actually contributing to the outside world, showing the outside world as well what is it that they can accomplish. They tend to be very mature, or try to exude a maturity, or attracted to people that are very powerful, or people that they see as someone that is at a level that they would like to be at as well. So they gravitate towards more, I would say, more mature things that are more antique, or things that have a quality more so. Capricorns are big on quality. They're not really big on quantity. So you won't really find a Capricorn with things that are breaking quick, or they like to buy things that have some type of strong structure, because they rule the skeletal system. They rule all the things that hold the body up. So they want things that are going to hold them up. So it's really like the structuring of how they are. That's how their mental framework tends to be when they're looking for things, buying things, even people. Even people. If you have Capricorn in your chart, you want people of substance around you, and you want people that are not going to be wishy-washy. You want consistency, because you bring this to the table as well. So they do value their time, because they are ruled by Saturn, which is father time. Its limits as well. So they value their time. They're great organizers, planners, really good bosses. And I've had wonderful experiences with Capricorns as a boss, and she really taught me about hard work ethics, and how to really put things into a pragmatic way, practical way, and get things done. This is how their energy moves. They help you to get things done. So a lot of people depend on the element of Capricorn and the energy of this earth element to really help them in their life. Sometimes they're the organizers, they're the organizers. So I find that Capricorns are really drawn to structures, foundation, real estate, performing arts, offices, physical body, like personal training, family structure, home repair, and anything that has a really strong foundation is really what I see Capricorns in my time of doing astrology. Really, they're attracted to this. They gravitate to this. It's a beautiful thing because the structure is the thing that holds everything up. And Capricorn knows this, and this is why they're so attracted to the structural playing fields of this material world and this life. So they have a strong need for security because they're so drawn to structure. And because they have such a strong need for security, this strong need for security gives them an inner security when they feel like they have everything that they need in this material world and they've accomplished it, which is difficult because they continue to accomplish even as they progress and devote themselves to things and then continue it and finish it. They go on to something else because they're always about working on what it is that they can do to make themselves feel like they are accomplishing things. They love to accomplish things. So it gives them an inner security. So energy to work on with Capricorn energy is, really not being so stuck. I mean, it is a land energy. And when you think about land and when you think about the earth, there's one thing that can penetrate Capricorn. I find this to be very, very true with my years of doing astrology, and it's water. It's water because Capricorn is a land sign. It needs water. And I think people forget, or we forget, that this element is earth, and earth is a feminine energy. And energy of the female needs to receive nurturing as well. It needs to receive love and affection. The only situation with Capricorn is they tend to withhold their emotions until they really feel secure enough to actually, and they feel safe enough to express themselves as well. So, depression is another thing I see a lot with the Capricorn energy, and that's when they're not really, I find the Capricorn energy gets depressed when they're not doing things that they feel that, like accomplishing things or working. If they're not working, or if they're not making money, they're depending on other people. This is not an energy that wants to do that, because Saturn is not about you depending on another person. It's really about you making your own way in this life, contributing to this material world. What are you doing? How are you useful? Show me your skills, and I'll help you work on them. This is Saturn. So they are very concentrated on their appearance as well with Capricorn energy. I've noticed that the appearance is very, very important, and it should be when you think about this element, because they are trying to exude this power, and they want their appearance to be correct, and they want your appearance to be correct as well. If you're dealing with any Capricorns, there is a little bit of superficiality with the way that they view appearance. So they do view people by what you're showing them. How are you projecting yourself out to them? So I would say that the forgiveness factor for Capricorn is also another situation. They do have a little difficulty forgiving people. They don't like to be embarrassed in public. Don't belittle them. This is something they really take to heart. This is something that can really get them to not really enjoy your company anymore. And the thing about Capricorn is they're not going to express things outwardly, outright like that, unless they have fire or air in their chart. Then they're probably going to be a little bit more expressive. But because Capricorn is a land element, it's a land sign, they're like, they retain the energy, and then when it's too much, it kind of tends to explode when it gets too much for them. So if you have the energy of Capricorn, really just if you have to express yourself, let Capricorn energy express itself, and understand that it's taken a long time for it to even get to that point of trying to express itself to you, because it holds in a lot, because it takes on so much responsibility, because it feels like it's mature and it needs to take on everything, and it doesn't sometimes. So please be mindful of that, if anyone that has this energy as well. So there is worrying of course as well. There's vulnerability with Capricorns. They don't like to show their vulnerability. They don't want you to see it because they view it as weak. So they really keep themselves composed, and this is why they're really good bosses, or people in power, or people that can help others, because they really do hold things in. You think about Cancer. Cancer's feeling, and it holds all these emotions in, and that's opposite of Capricorn. So this tends to be kind of the dynamic of this relationship with Capricorn, holding things in and then achieving things, kind of holding things in, achieving things. They use the anger or whatever feeling that they have more into the work. These are people, or this energy is energy that can actually put more energy into their work more than anything. So it's a cardinal sign, Capricorn. Cardinal signs begin things. So that usually means the Capricorns like to start things. They like to be the initiator, and they also like to be in control. So with a cardinal sign, you can expect the element of Capricorn in your chart, wherever it is. That's the part of your life that you like to control, or wherever Saturn is. It's probably the part of your life that you like to put a lot of control over, I would say. As time goes on, especially after or during the Saturn return, there is going to be a test with how you deal with that, and just kind of a letting go. So if anyone is under the age of 29 watching this, maybe you haven't experienced this energy yet, but you will. And it's really about testing how to let go of things and let things kind of happen. So there's a great need for love and appreciation with this element. So for who you are and what you do and what you give, because you want appreciation as well. The issue is you just don't express it. You you want it, but you don't really give people the initiation that you want to be appreciated for it as well. So you can work on that as well. If you want appreciation for something, make sure that you express that, you know, Capricorn, in your own way, So, because you do tend to conceal and hide emotions, you know. So there's a lot of layers to Capricorn. I've dealt with Capricorns personally in my life. I'm a Scorpio, so I've dealt with this energy. I love this energy. I really, really do. And I feel like there's layers to Capricorn. They're like onions. You know, you peel them. You think you know. You don't know. They're always exposing things. They're always showing you things about themselves when they really like trust you. You know, when they really feel like they can trust you. They're always showing you things about themselves. And I think it's beautiful. It just takes a long time for them to do that. So if you are with a Capricorn, if you have this energy around you or next to you, I would say to just give them time. You know, give them time. But at the same time, too, Capricorns do have the tendency as well to because they want to accomplish things so much, because they want to get to the top of the ladder so bad. A lot of people that I counsel tend to tell me that the relationships that they have with Capricorns, they tend to take the back burner. They tend to come in, you know, second or third or fourth place in the Capricorn energies. Like, I'm going to stress this in this video. If you have Capricorn energy in your chart, you haven't found what you wanted to do in life, and you haven't found work that really fulfills you, a relationship is not going to really, a relationship may not be the best thing until you feel like you're grounded enough. This usually tends to happen after the age of 29, 30s. After that age, Capricorn energy tends to flow a little bit more. Wow, this video is really long. I'm going to try to make it a little shorter. So, let's see. All right, yeah, you're like fine wine, Capricorn. Think about a fine wine, like the seasoning I talked about earlier in the video. You're like that fine wine. You get better with time. You get better as you age. You get better. You learn things. You understand things better. Also, too, I would say with Capricorn, if you can find where is Jupiter in your chart, you will tend to understand what it is and how to work with faith and structure, and how to kind of put those things together, how your belief systems, wherever Jupiter is in your chart and wherever Saturn is in your chart, you'll kind of put those things together to kind of understand what it is that you should be doing as a profession, if you're interested in that as well. So there can be an insecure feeling with Capricorn sometimes because you feel like you're not doing enough. Take your time. Take your time. Remember, Saturn is ruling this energy. So you will get better with time. You know, just take your time. They are good listeners, Capricorn. They have a rational mind. They're industrious. I love this about them. If you really want advice from someone in a practical level or business level, I would say to talk to a Capricorn. So tips, don't put so much pressure on yourself. Learn to have a hobby. And if you have something that you're interested in, you know, pick a hobby that you can master, because you're the sign of mastery. So pick a hobby that you feel like you can master it, you can conquer it, you can become the champion of that hobby. It doesn't matter if it's ice skating, it doesn't matter if it's bicycling, it doesn't matter if it's even fishing. Master it because it'll make you feel better. It's good to have a balance of work and play for Capricorn as well. So learn to understand your feelings is another thing. Learning to understand your feelings, Capricorn, and the needs of others. Allowing others at a healthy pace into your emotional world that you trust, so that you can allow the love and appreciation that you want to be given to you back. You know what I mean? Because you love in a practical way. Your love, the way Capricorn shows love, this energy, this element, the way it shows love is through showing you the duty, how it's dutiful, how the responsibility, what it's taking on. If you're married to a Capricorn, if you're with a Capricorn, if you have a Capricorn child, or they're going to show you how they care about you by the duties they do for you, by the practical earthy things in this world, you know, and this is how they show it. So just accept them for that, you know. So there is a feeling of being isolated sometimes with Capricorn. They like their isolation because it gives them time to think and to assess things. And this is a beautiful thing, because land needs time to grow. When you think about planting something in the earth, it takes time for it to grow. and it needs water. It needs emotions. It needs care. It needs nurturing from itself first, and then from others. So Capricorn is a beautiful sign in love. If you're a Capricorn and you've ever been in love, this is usually later on in life. I find Capricorns tend to kind of find love or really understand how to share or how to relate to another person in love, because you're so fixated on, getting to the top of the mountain that you kind of forget sometimes that love is a part of life. But you're an earthy sign, so all the pleasures of love, the physical, the attraction, they love that. They do. They might not express it as much. They don't. But they do. They do. They do love it. So in love, Capricorn does learn how to be a little bit more. They compromise more in a love relationship. They are loyal lovers. They are people that will be committed to you. They'll stick through it. They are not the kind of mates that will leave once they have been committed to you. Once things get rough, they'll try to stick it out. They will push through with you if they love you. So just like, again, it's appreciation with Capricorn. I find with this energy, you have to show this energy appreciation. And with this energy too, you have to show your appreciation to other people as well that you care about. And try not to escape so much through work or a new project or being too busy to do things, because I've heard a saying one time and it said, be careful of the barrenness of a busy life. So you can be busy all day long and not have that water that you need, the element of emotions, the element of family, because you're down to earth, going back down to Cancer. You need that. It doesn't have to be a water element to necessarily and essentially give you or for you to feel this nurturing or this caring. It could be anything that you feel is that. So what else can I say for Capricorns? So your earthy element, so it has a very strong sexual appetite. I do get clients tell me that their Capricorn mate is very sexual but tends to be very insensitive sometimes. So please, look out for that Capricorn. Pay attention. You can be lusty, you can be earthy, you can be very physically happy with your partner or whoever it is that you're getting down with, but please add in the sensitivity, because other people do have feelings and they want to make sure that you understand that as well, to compromise. So, because of your longevity and your stamina, Capricorns have a lot of stamina. So, I'm trying to see if I can think about anything else for Capricorn. I really love this energy. Like, I can't express how much I've learned so much from this energy. Oh, I have Capricorn energy in my chart as well, and it's beautiful. And I've had to also work and learn with it. But it's a really, once you've learned to master how to structure things in your life, you will move a little bit more better. You will understand things a little bit more. You'll be more relaxed. And this is why I call seasoned professionals. You guys are seasoned professionals. So, this is my interpretation of the element and the Saturn ruled energy of Capricorn. So I wanted to just say a quote, and it's by a Capricorn actually, and I'm going to be reading it from this book. It's one wonderful astrologer. This is one of the most amazing astrologers of my life. I love this woman. She passed away, but this is the astrologer Joanna Woolfolk. So this is a book all about Capricorns. If you're interested in this is Capricorns to understand more about yourself. This is a very, very inexpensive book. You can get it anywhere for this sign. So I want to read a really quick quote for you guys for Capricorn. So it says, I pretend to be somebody I wanted to be until finally I became the person, or that person became me. I'm going to repeat it again. So I pretended to be somebody I wanted to be until finally I became that person, or he became me. And this is by Cary Grant, an actor that's also a Capricorn. And I'm going to also read one more quote for you. My goal is simple. It is a complete understanding of the universe, why it is as it is and why it exists at all. And this is Stephen Hawking. He's a cosmologist, excuse me, and he's a Capricorn as well. So if you're interested, this is definitely a really good book for you guys to get. It talks about so much. It talks about Capricorn's health, and it talks about your lifestyle, how it can help you, the business and career that you could probably be really good at taking down in this physical world. So this is my interpretation of the energy of Capricorn. So I hope you like, subscribe, and share. So this is your astrologer, Aquila, and thank you for watching, Cap Energy. All right, bye.